And we're back. Welcome back.
Welcome back, and our guest finally made his way to our studio.
After I misled him and told him the wrong address, but you're our first guest in the new studio. So
I'm the Bill Murray
congratulations.
of the show.
You are.
That's right.
You are. So we'll, whenever we're done, in a decade from now, we'll make sure that you come back to be the last guest too.
Wow.
Right? That's kind of fun.
Yeah, well, I'll be a marathon runner still.
Okay.
Yeah,
it'll be
you're
great.
a marathoner. That's right.
Well, I'm not yet, but
Okay, you are. You're starting on it.
I'm just projecting.
Oh,
All right.
you're projecting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hadn't even thought about starting on it until right now.
Okay, good. Well, all right. Well, we'll keep you jazzed about that.
Okay.
Well, and I have been saying all morning long because I don't have any of my stuff with me. I've been saying if I'm lost, it's if I need help.
Yeah, if I need help. We used to be QR code ID, but then we became a 501c3 nonprofit, and we changed our names to If I Need Help.
I like that name.
I like that name too.
It's
That's a
very
wonderful
simple
name.
and great for our kids to understand, and really says what it is.
So let's back up a
Thank
little
you.
bit and talk about why. Why did you create these wonderful items?
Because our son was lost, and he was, fortunately, it wasn't for long, and he was found way before we even heard about it. So we didn't go through the
Oh, okay.
but we knew that we could have.
Yes.
And he's
And much worse, by
Right.
the way, yeah?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure you had some sleepless nights after that.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially at that time, he was totally out of control, as in, behaviors we were really working on. And he's
How old was he at the time?
he was probably 7.
Okay.
And he's 13 now.
Right. My son's 13 as well.
Yeah, I remember.
And I think Wyatt also got lost once at Chuck E. Cheese, and I had the entire place on shutdown. I mean, it was
God.
crazy. They said he couldn't have possibly left. I'm like, oh yes, he could have. So that was one of the most terrifying experiences. And he was an eloper, and he ran away as well. But I would always grab him.
And we know that statistically that they're more likely that our kids on the autism spectrum will elope than not. It's like
course.
54% of kids will elope.
Right.
So that's a high percentage. So in your sleepless nights, how did this idea come to you, the QR code?
Well, my wife Erin and I started together. We're the founders, and she's been on the show before.
Yes.
And so, hi, honey. And so she said, too bad we couldn't just put a QR code on his shirt. And I'm like, And I'm the technical guy, so she just is great at coming up with ideas and social media.
It's a match made in heaven.
It is. I wish I had one of you, because I've got all these ideas.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We need you.
we need an implementer.
But it takes time. Technically,
Yes.
you could come up with an idea
course.
if you're prone to do that sort of thing quickly. And she's 3 ideas down the road, and I'm still like
Trying to
creating a
figure it.
website.
Yeah.
So we came up with, first we had shirts. We have a line of shirts with designs by artists with special needs.
Okay.
And so we have the shirts, and we had the printing put right on it, but we weren't very comfortable with that. So we came up with this dye sublimation, these patches. And these things are rock solid. They last longer than the shirts, and they scan like instantly and
So
stuff.
you can put them on a jacket, you can put them on a shirt,
Backpack, anything. Yeah, and we have clips.
Okay.
And pins, and we're really starting to put a lot of this thing. We have keychains that can go on bikes. We have we have dog tags, and this is the revolutionary dog tag shoe tag. It's got a hole in the top and a hole in
So
the
you
bottom.
can tie it into the shoe.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on what's the Home Shopping Network or something.
I love it.
And so here's. So this is the same design. You could put it on a shoe,
Yes.
and a lot of people are digging these.
So you could put those, like if you knew you were going to a crowded environment, a fair, a carnival, a concert, what a great thing to take advantage of.
And my son Jay has a patch on every shirt.
Okay.
And he doesn't want to get away. He could, but he doesn't want to get away.
Okay.
But if he does, he knows. You say, "What are you going to do if you're lost, Jay?" He goes, "Scan." He just points at it. He's very
Scan.
low verbal,
Okay.
but he can say, he can speak limitedly like that.
What I'm noticing here, this card
Uh-huh.
has Jay, his mom's number, dad's number. I have autism and may run. Please speak slowly and softly. Breathe deeply with me. Shake my hand, smile, and be friendly. No known allergies. So you get a real snapshot of the child.
Yeah, well, this is a ID card,
Right.
and this is most of the people using it are higher functioning. We had a success story where a high functioning a woman that has an anxiety disorder along with autism, she talked to us and said, I need something if I get in a problem because I get anxious and people beat me up because she's just freaking out and they're throwing her down. And so we made this card for her, and you can put 7 lines of text in that's customizable, and it also can go to your online profile. And so the first time she had an anxiety attack, she was starting to really freak out, and somebody in authority came over, and it was the same situation, and they were like, what's going on here, are you on drugs? And she pulled this thing out, and she had her own information, and he asked her to sit down, and it just went beautifully, and she had no issue.
Isn't that amazing?
That's great.
And so for people who aren't as familiar with QR codes, because we're not all up to speed with that, talk to us a little bit about the technology, about what happens when somebody scans one of these codes.
Well, I usually bring a big board that shows where it lands, but a QR code could either have information, like text, or it can have like a web address and some variations of those things. And each person that joins our organization, ifineedhelp.org, gets a free profile, an account, and the whole membership is free, and they could put a picture of their child, they could put or their father or whatever, because it's not just for autism, and text on how to help the person, and contact information, and things along those lines. So if this gets scanned, their profile shows up, and then it shows who they are and everything.
And who to contact, whatever information you have put in.
So you can scan this with your electronic device?
Your phone, your smartphone.
Yeah, you could also, it says scan or go to, and you could just go to the website and type it in.
And see. Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to scan.
So the first step, let's get real simple here for everybody listening, because I want to do this. What's the first step for parents they want to join? What do they do now?
They would go to ifineedhelp.org. And I'll just keep holding up a different thing each time.
Okay. This goes maybe where on?
This is for this. We have one on our. These are stickers and bumper stickers and window clings.
Okay.
And so we have a lot of products we're starting to have, because it's such a spectrum. Everybody has different needs.
Child with autism, and it says may not respond to commands.
But I love this teen with autism too.
I like that too.
Isn't that great?
Well, a lot of people they've skipped the teens for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah, and wandering wrist,
so we're not
sensory
skipping
issues.
them.
No, we're not.
Behavioral/sensory issues, wandering wrist.
Very important.
Love it.
Okay, and then so you can get these various products.
Yeah.
So first you sign up and get your profile going.
Yeah.
And that's free.
Right, at ifineedhelp.org.
Okay. Then you decide what you want to order.
Yeah.
Whether it's these, what did you call them? The patches for the shirts. You can order, and then you could order the tags for things. Yeah. Like book bags. You can order this for the shoes. You can order these for your car, or they can also go on other items. Right. Your home even.
Yeah. And we also have, we're distributors for Locky Locks, which has a double-sided mechanical push-button lock, which has made our lives so much better. Because in the front of our doors you have to punch a code to get in or out. Okay. So if my son's in the front of the house, he's in the front of the house. We don't,
You're not worried about him getting out that door.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I could have used one of those a couple of years ago. So I love this because, as you said, all of our kids are different. Now, if I were going to, at this point, put a patch on my son's shirt, he would object wildly. I could put it on a place that's a little less conspicuous, but, I don't know how helpful that would be. But, when we went to Dodger Stadium recently, I was a little worried. And if I had one of these to stick on his shirt or his jacket that was temporary, he would have been okay. We were going to Dodger Stadium. He would have been totally okay with that, but I know he would reject a patch.
Why do you think he would reject the patch?
Because he's in a phase right now where he feels like he can do everything on his own, and that through most of life he doesn't want to put it out there and let people know that he's got other considerations.
This doesn't have anything to do, though. It says if I need help.
He would say my friends don't have this and they don't need help. He's just at that funky place in time and space and age where,
I got it.
where he's doing well enough that he cares what other people think, which is a drag.
And my son would rip this off in an instant.
Right.
But this is
why we
need
need it for different things for different people.
What I like about this, though, I don't think it doesn't say anything about autism. It's just if I need help.
Yeah.
Right.
And my son is into karate, so he gets patches for his jacket. So it would be nothing for him to, this is a patch. It's really cool.
Well, you can have a couple patches.
Great, and I just iron them on. Thank you so much.
No, we sew
them on. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to sew them on.
But now, how does she link that QR code to his code?
Yeah.
Because when you become a member, you have like your own account, and it says, I forget the terminology, but something like link a new product. So you click that, and then you just type this number, and it prompts you.
And so each one of the products has a different code on it.
Everything's
and you just
unique.
link it. That's amazing. That's wonderful.
And then usually, when people buy things, we usually try to link it first for them, just because we're trying to be as helpful as we can. We're really stressing customer service, and right now, and that's so important to us. And I'm thinking of a lot of companies that I know of that they say that at the beginning, and then 5 years in you can't get them on the phone.
So
that's not going to be us.
We have a viewer that when I had said that you were going to be on this morning asked, and so this is a new product question. You may have already thought about this. For the kids who like to strip down, have you thought about making a waterproof, like day-long tattoo that could go on just for the day that you rub on and have it be waterproof, so even if they're in the pool and splashing around, could go on an arm?
Well, we tried that for a minute with the QR code, and we didn't like that because the QR code it's just too big in it.
Okay.
But we're thinking we're doing a test now, and because we have the material, and we're trying to think maybe it should just be not the QR code but text, so people could say could you put this telephone number on it?
Okay.
And then we'll just say if I need help, and then the telephone number and the name or something.
Oh, awesome.
So it's going to happen. We're everybody has such different needs, and we're trying. Whenever we hear something, we put it down on a little piece of paper, and so far we're almost always developing something for that.
Let me tell you what this brings to mind. This ID card. My son, we are working on skills in the community. We're working on going to stores. We're working on buying things.
Right.
We're working on finding things in the store. I'm making him independent with that. I would love for him to have something like this that says, his name, and I have autism, and I may not answer you in the way you are used to.
Right.
Please be patient with me. I'm learning life skills or something like that.
It's totally customizable.
That's fantastic, and I'm going to do that.
Isn't that wonderful? And the other thing about this that I keep stressing, and before you got here I was saying to folks in the first hour, is that you've done this in such a cost-effective way that we all want to be able to keep our kids safe. And some of the things that are out there are really super expensive.
Yeah.
And you've made it possible for any family to be able to afford, and to pick, well, this is what's right for my child. This is what will help our family situation to do that. So you really have done an amazing job.
Thank you. Well, we're also, that's why we became a nonprofit, because to have the stuff and to make a profit, you really have to charge a lot. And so that's just not what we are. I mean, you saw, I just like, oh, here, take them.
I know.
And so we're charging probably about half or less than what similar type products are. And then what we want to do is, and it's working this way so far, is have donations and grants and loans pick up the rest of it.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
And so some things we're doing, steeply discounted or free. If somebody's out there and has no money and they're just at the end of their wits, and we're pretty easy to work with, so you can give us a call.
Wonderful.
And our telephone number's on ifineedhelp.org website.
Also, Act Today could fund things for families. you know, Autism Care and Treatment Today, for
okay.
which, you know, the nonprofit that I'm executive director
Oh,
of. So,
well, there you go.
yeah.
Let's talk.
yeah, we will.
That's how we get things done.
That's
around
how we
yeah,
get
yeah.
things done. We collaborate.
Yeah, I have my contract right here.
Okay.
Well, wonderful. So if I need help.org, this is where we want people to go to get signed up with a profile. It doesn't take very long to do it. It's a very quick, user-friendly kind of thing to do. And then you can look to see what products you want to link to it.
Yeah, and some people have are just totally stressed because their children have behaviors and stuff. And if you're just trying to do it, and you know, you could just call us up and we'll help you over the phone or
There you
do it.
go.
So great.
Wonderful. Love, because the last time you were here, you were
Compassion.
just working on the shoe tags. This
Yeah,
was
yeah.
and the dog tags.
We've got about
That's
6
great.
more things since then.
Well,
That's
and
wonderful.
so are there new things in the work
Oh,
beside
yeah.
the tattoo?
Absolutely.
You're just constantly in development.
Oh yeah, yeah, and we have over 2,000 members now. And when we first started, we had like, our first time here, we had 10.
Wow.
Well,
Well,
you're doing a really good
you really
job.
show that necessity is the mother of invention,
Right, for
right?
you.
Well, it's a wonderful, wonderful
It's a
venture.
gift to our community, and thank you for coming and being with us today and being our first
Our
ever
first
guest
guest,
in our
That is so cool.
christening our new studio.
Champagne
You're
or
s-
something.
You're
Yes.
spoiling me though now, and then when I go someplace else, I'll be. Have you ever had guests before?
All right. Well, thank you so much, and please give all of our love to your wonderful family.
Thank you very
We
much.
adore
Thank
them.
you.
Thanks for
being
having
here.
us.
All right. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with more in the news. So stick with us.